So let's head to the north to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The state capitol, they are also under heightened security. Joining us now is Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman. Mr. Fetterman, good morning to you. It's good to have you. I want to start with this. What we mentioned there in that report, we know that Pennsylvania, the state capitol, others across the country are planning for the potential of armed protests starting this weekend. What are you expecting, and are you aware of any specific threats in your state?
No, I'm not aware of any specific threats, to be clear. But my office's balcony in the state capitol was featured in your montage there that you ran. You can actually see where my office is, and there have been many protests over the last couple months, just right there under the steps there in our capitol. And the governor, my governor, shut down the Capitol complex, so it's not even open to the public or anybody at this point. We are not anticipating any specific. There it is. There's my office right there. We're not anticipating any specific kinds of threats, but we are taking every precaution to make sure that these protests are their constitutionally guaranteed right to peaceably assemble and demonstrate.
I'm sure seeing those images, it all brings it close to home there, especially given what Pennsylvania's been through since the election. Now, we've learned in the days after the Capitol siege just how woefully unprepared law enforcement was. What extra security measures are now being put in place in your capital?
Sure. Well, I can speak directly to Harrisburg. The Tuesday before the Capitol uprising in D.C., I was in my office, and there was a large protest right there, where that image you were just showing. And we didn't have any specific security. It was a usual day, and would have never occurred to me that those protesters would have done what they ultimately did in Washington, D.C. I returned a week this past Tuesday, and we had National Guardsmen with automatic weapons, and it was a much different, much more secure situation. So I know that we are prepared, and I thought Governor Evers said it well. We are not overreacting. We are not underreacting. We are making it clear that we want you to protest and do it in a peaceable manner that is constitutionally guaranteed, but not in a manner that would result in the loss of life, violence, or destruction of property.
Do you believe President Trump still has the power to reduce this threat of violence? If he were to come out and publicly acknowledge that he lost the state of Pennsylvania, lost the election to Joe Biden, how much of a difference do you think that would make at this point?
It would be huge. It would be impossible to overstate what that would mean. You just ran interview clips where their protesters said, I feel like I did nothing wrong. I was just doing what the president asked me to do. I'm following my president. That's the familiar refrain. And the leadership here, these individuals stormed our Capitol based on what they believed that their president wanted them to do. So for him to just turn around and would say, I lost Pennsylvania, Joe Biden is going to be our next president, that I think would go a long way to extinguish any last smoldering embers of this kind of insurgency.
A lot of anxiety in the days to come. Lieutenant Governor Fetterman, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.